Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to roll. We're even going to try Skyping again today. I would like to call this meeting of the Canada Beef Export Federation members to order. We had the meeting at the Delta Airport Hotel on June 11th, 2010. Approved the agenda, approved the minutes of previous meetings, and then we had a presentation by Larry Martin of the George Morris Centre on the perspectives of consolidating BIC and CBEF. Following his presentation, there was a resolution which I'll read to you again in its entirety. Be it resolved that CBEF supports the expenditure of funds on and participation in the Transitional Working Group as described in the letter of intent distributed by CCA. That was moved and seconded, but defeated. 9 were in favor and 31 were opposed to that motion. Subsequent to that, there was a second motion. Be it resolved that CBEF support the formation of a strategic alliance between an independent CBEF and an independent BIC. That was moved and seconded and voted on. 27 were in favor and 10 were opposed. We then had a presentation by the Finance Committee Chair, Roland Bowman, and Ted Haney on our changes that we were proposing to the 2010-2011 budget and strategic plan, and that had 2 resolutions following it as well after that presentation. They're important. I will read them to you. Be it resolved that CBEF deliver the March 2010 approved promotion program by using financial reserves. There were 27 in favor of that, 2 opposed. And then we had a second resolution. Be it resolved that the Partner Market Development Program be restored to 75% funding. That was moved, seconded, passed by 22 in favor and 3 were opposed with 1 abstention. 2 other resolutions on finance. Be it resolved that CBEF endorses the revised strategic plan budget with no provisions for funding of the Transitional Working Group or merger investigation process. That was voted on and 21 were in favor and 9 were opposed. And a final resolution for the day was be it resolved that CBEF approach the Canadian Cattlemen's Market Development Council to fund the increased programming to original March 2010 levels. That was voted on again, 20 were in favor and 2 abstained. I then gave closing remarks and closed the meeting, and it was proposed that the meeting be closed, and we adjourned at 3:42. That's how the official minutes will be read. Are there any amendments or corrections or omissions to those minutes that anyone would like to propose? If not, I will request that someone move that the minutes be adopted as presented today. Roland Bowman, seconded by? Yeah, that's the other thing. You had to have been there to propose the adoption of these minutes. Dan Guigno seconds the motion. All those in favor of adopting the minutes? Are there any opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. So that was it for minutes. We move to officer reports, and I see that I'm still on the table here with the board chair report. Last year, in my opinion, again, this is my personal opinion of what went on, it was a roller coaster ride for CBEF. We had highs and lows. The highs, of course, were our results in terms of exports. They were rising. They were almost approaching pre-BSC levels in certain markets. The lows were our disappointments in our major markets not getting the access we wanted. Cattle raising, beef production, and beef marketing sales are 2, I have discovered this, it's taken me 2 years, are 2 completely different worlds, and it requires organizations like CBEF to bridge the gap between them. Here's the take-home message. CBEF, with its market development and beef promotion roles, has served the Canadian beef industry well over the years. We've been particularly effective in the last 7 years of the BSE crisis in providing market and political intelligence in our key export markets, as well as providing an industry with a record number, that's the other take home, of major promotion activities, 526 in our international markets. We held, for the first time ever, a demand building seminar in Moscow and St. Petersburg in our active pursuit of the lucrative Russian marketplace. Lucrative is the key word. CBEF focused its effort on China as well, and for once we're able to reopen a major market ahead of the United States. That's the key message. We're ahead of the Americans. It is so sweet to be the first country in the world that has declared a country that has ESB to regain access to China's 1.3 billion consumers. We are active in South America as well, and there's good reason for it. Our cousins down south are serious beef eaters. Argentina, 70 kilograms per person per head per year. Brazil, 40 kilograms. Compared to us in Canada, we only eat 20 kilograms. We were able to obtain tariff reductions in Colombia and are in active negotiations in Peru and Chile for free trade agreements. There is a market for a high-quality grain-fed beef down south, and our Canada Beef Advantage program will help us develop that market. There have been some disappointments this year. Korea, Japan, Taiwan, we're still trying to get full access, according to OIE guidelines. The biggest bummer of all was right here, back home, is the ongoing CCA merger proposal. Again, this is personal. This issue has been studied to death by a plethora of consultants at a great expense without an acceptable solution. CBEF has now pledged to invest a final $150,000 in the Canada Beef Working Group, who is tasked with making a proposal that will increase the efficiency and effectiveness of CBEF. It will be up to you, the members of CBEF, to endorse their proposal or to offer a better alternative. As your chairman, I have pledged to keep you informed, to consult with you on crucial issues, and defend the best interests of CBEF as you see fit. I am ready, willing, and hopefully able to put this merger baby to bed once and for all. Then we can get back to the serious business of promoting Canada beef worldwide. Sorry about that little rant. My vision for 2020 is an optimistic one. The past 7 years of the BSE crisis has been painful, but they have taught us a very valuable lesson. The Canadian beef industry is definitely export dependent for its continued prosperity. And we need to develop an export-oriented culture in this country. We need verified production protocols in place to demonstrate the high quality and safety of our beef. We need all the segments of the industry, producers, packers, traders, and governments, to work cooperatively together for a change. The good news is that we already produce a high-quality beef that will be in demand by an increasing world population in an ever-increasing and affluent marketplace. We have the resources, we have the knowledge, the world-class production and processing facilities to meet the projected demand for top-notch beef. We are slowly developing the traceability and production protocols that are becoming mandatory for the export market access. The international beef market is an oyster. It will be CBEF's job to pry it open and get the pearl. I would be seriously remiss in my report to the membership if it were not to make mention of CBEF's excellent personnel. Led by the Calgary gang of Ted, Barb, Cam, Lottie, Mauricio, Sherry, Leanne, Tina, and the new boy, old boy, Herb, it seems like it is always on a first-name basis with them. Dedicated, resourceful, hardworking describes them best. Our international directors, Sakamoto, Amos, Mauricio, Stella, and Stephanie, are cut from the same cloth. My conclusion, here's the take-home message, after 2 years at the helm of CBEF, is that we have the right people in the right place at the right time. Finally, a kudo for our President, Executive Director, Secretary General, and Jack of all nations, Ted Haney. For nigh on 20 years, he has endured the rigors of constant travel, multi-level negotiating, complicated issue resolution, and multiple international supervisory duties. I admire Ted's ability to get the job done. Thank you, Ted. You have been CBEF's strongest and most dependable asset. Keep up the good work. Respectfully submitted, Gib Drury. Thank you.